of nowhere. Thank you. I don't think I can move right away. But I'll make it. Go on.
Vladimir! Oh, thank goodness! Where's Sarah?
She's gone. We need to talk locks and bolts. Lodge... Just means he's playing the waiting man's game. He'll be back once we've done all the work of collecting the...
Hunter, he probably found us because we're somewhere obvious. High-populated area, just like how the Starborn found you orbiting. But the fact that they're competing with us to find the artifacts means they can't get them without searching.
So we put the artifacts somewhere in the fringe, or on something that can slip from their grasp if they do another strike from the... Fine idea. Starborn show up, you can burn helium in one spin of the grav drive to anywhere.
Here, keep the artifacts safe.
victim of the recent attack. Please remain calm. UC security has everything under control.
Morale in the lodge has been measurably
I need to be checking
reduced.
everyone's vitals. Now really isn't the time.
I know. Look, we all feel like we've been kicked into the ground a million times over, but I think I have something. I'm serious. If I may, I know our encounter with the hunter is the last thing anyone wants to talk about right now, but he said something that I can't get out of my mind. Unity. Because he was stopping us, implying that we were getting closer to it. The thing is, I've heard that word before. It's an important concept in
The priest? Is the Sanctum Universum going to bless our little crusade of discovery?
It can't be a coincidence. The Sanctum has always believed that answers are out there in the stars. Look, I know it's the longest of shots and the biggest leap of faith I could ever ask us all to take, but...
I don't mind taking a detour to gather data. Only thing we'd lose is time, really.
Thank you. I know it's not much to go on, but I'll meet you over there.
Wish that bartender at the viewpoint would stop complaining to security. I don't know what she
Are you a
lost, but
member?
she won't get it back
Keeper
by annoying
Atlas
us.
seems to know what he's talking about.
He's giving me a lot to think about.
Keeper Aquilus, can we have a moment?
Ah, Mateo. It's been too long. How are your parents? Your mother still struggling with that azalea garden?
No, she figured that out a while ago. Had to adjust the pH levels in the soil. But, Keeper, I didn't come to catch up.
Oh. Well, what's on both your minds? Oh. Yeah. How humanity comes together. How we are to love each other, even as our
That's not exactly what we mean. Keeper, when you talk about unity, well, does it mean anything else?
Perhaps we should talk about this inside. Now that we have a little privacy, why don't you tell me exactly what it is that brought...
We've lost people, Keeper.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. And these Starborn, I take it they're different from the people... There have always been mysteries that seem to defy our understanding of the universe. Beyond rational thought. We enter life as an act of someone else's faith in us. There's no way of knowing who we will become. So you've pushed into the unknown, not knowing where it would take. I think I can. If you're willing to find your way in the dark for a bit longer, I can give you a path that... There's an old story, far older than the Sanctum Universum, of someone who walked the settled systems and saw every corner of it. In my story, the pilgrim met the founders of the House of Enlightenment and the enigmatic cult of the Varun. And he gave them... Then he goes to his final resting place to live out the rest of his days in contemplation. But what if the story isn't a metaphor, but a code, a way? Yes, something must be there. Maybe the answer will become clear when we have more. Oh yes, typically. But there is a lone zealot that was captured recently for attack. I've visited her a couple of times. Hopefully she'll be... And if you need directions to the enlightened, they have a branch in the well helping the poorest citizens.
I'll stay here with the Keeper. We need to catch up. And I wouldn't mind asking him a few more questions.
Welcome to the House of Enlightenment. If it's about the financial or food assistance programs, we are backlogged. Don't worry, we're doing everything we can. Oh, we're not? Sorry. Can I help you? Listen, I've talked about this with him a ton of times, and there's no record of a Unity pilgrim, but our early records are mostly administrative. Humanitarian projects, group counseling notes, charity expenditures. But there is a series of exchanges the founding members recorded in a lot of detail. A man walks into the first House of Enlightenment. The founding members just call him the Drifter. So they think he's a charity case at first, but no, the Drifter asks them a bunch of questions. If your philosophy is built on an individual's own morality, what about the second person? That second person might disagree. Isn't the problem of two what you're really looking for? And the founders respond, each individual must understand how the second person lifts them up. And it kind of goes on like that. He comes back every week for a year. Same conversation every time. Second person this, the problem of two that. Honestly, I think the founding members made it all up. There was a little more hesitation being openly atheist in the early days. I think they were experimenting with writing their own scripture. Fortunately, that got abandoned pretty quick. After the records of the... Besides what the Keeper would say about it? Sounds like a gathering point, or a center. Or, in mathematics, it would mean one, like... Always happy to help.
We're hiring, if you're interested. Ask in the security office.
A visitor? I have all the company. He knows not the truth. He sends another to ask more incessant questions.
He sent both of us to ask more incessant questions, actually.
The Great Serpent waits in the shadows. He will entwine the universe, and all but the faithful. That is the truth.
You don't need to tell us. We just figured it would be better to ask you directly than to take a second-hand account of your words.
Yes, I have spoken to your keeper about this. I will. Jinan Varun meets the unbeliever. He gives false prophecy to Jinan. But such is Jinan's conviction in the Great Serpent. But the unbeliever returns. Jinan realizes the Great Serpent is testing him, and he will remember these 4 battles, Jinan. The unbeliever says, remember these 120 rotations. But Jinan knows that is all. I have heard of no such thing. If it exists, it is a shadow that the Great Serpent casts. Strength and conviction.
Hey, if you have time, I've been thinking about some things. Wanted to talk to you about it. Here, this is for you. Yes, of course it's for you. Anyway, I figured you... Don't worry. If I see anything on our next expedition to...
Ever wonder how the Crimson Fleet seems to be everywhere? It's because they have little outposts everywhere.
Got a moment? Let's catch up.
Well, you're back. What did you learn? Was there something hidden in those... Planets are often named by number. That's second. What else did you learn? If there really is a location the Pilgrim wanted us to find, those... Was there anything else? Yes. What he added to infinity. Maybe that points to a name. If we're looking, let's see. We have something that could be coordinates. Something that could point to an infinitum addendum. What if we break down the parts? No systems name. Yes, that's it. The second planet, and from there, maybe you'll find... Before you go, you've now spoken to many different perspectives in our universe. In a way, I know you're looking for a specific unity, but if you had to guess what it was... but what makes something like that holy? Gravity is also a force that brings things together. And so you think this...
Now, I thought a miracle was something unexplainable and magical. but we know a hell of a lot about light. Any other miracles you want to discuss?
Well, I won't keep you any longer. This has been fun.
Hey, Dusty. If you're ever thinking to yourself,
If we don't get them.
I would have scanned that too.
How are you today?
Dusty. Dusty. Let's talk.
Good to see you.
Let me know if you need a hand with anything. Hey, stranger. Let's chat sometime, okay?
Unknown vessel. Prepare to submit to...
Wait, this is Captain Young. Please acknowledge. Come on. It's nice to see you. Been busy risking your ass for total strangers, huh? We were furloughed on New Atlantis for some R&R. Just got our orders that we're shipping out. No idea exactly where. They're like treating us Marines like mushrooms an awful lot. Kept in the dark and you know the rest. How about you? Then I hope the UC's always got enough credits for you. Do I have to? Fine. Private Psy says hi. No more passing messages. Decorum, Marines. So, Command signed off on our unauthorized training mission. Sadly lost some men, but training accidents happen to the best of us. I stand by it. You'd make a hell of a Marine. But, damn proud to know you too. Command's shipping us off to parts unknown. But would you accept a final parting gift? It's a nice thought, but the galaxy, a lot of good people owe you their lives. Maybe one day some of us can return the favor. Young out.
The fragility... Hey, Captain. Can I talk with you for a bit? Listen. You risked your life to save me. I keep wondering if that made it harder to save Sarah, too. I've replayed those moments in my mind, and you need to know that you did what a leader does. And if it had been me instead of her, I would feel at peace knowing. I know. And I can't say it's the best choice, but I don't know if you're ready to talk or if you need 20 years to get to that point, or if you never want to talk. But I just want you to know that if you do, sometimes it just comes down to that. It is what it is. Of course you do. Take whatever time you need. Just, please, don't remove yourself from our lives. But it is happening. It is up to us. Sarah was our leader. She was a light in Aja's eye, and she kept everything together. She would tell you right now that this was... She would want us to focus. Yes. You know, we're fortunate. Consolation, if we're going to set things right, it's... Let's talk. When you have time, of course. If we need to get closer, let's move in. Good. You're up. Let's move. Looks exactly as we left it, right? Right. Exploring the galaxy is hard work. Trust me, I know. But stop by sometime and let's talk. Just us adventurers, okay?
Out in the stars. To get closer to God and to appreciate the galaxy and all its... Space travel is dangerous, but fortunately most ships don't engage us. Whether it's respect for our religious beliefs or the fact that we carry only passengers, I don't know. Have you ever felt something spiritual while traveling the stars? I've jumped dozens of times and I still don't know I've had the revelation that Keeper Aquilus described, but I'll keep jumping. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to offend. It was a pleasure talking with you, but I hope God watches over you.
life faces some... Hey, stranger. Let's chat sometime, okay? Those are Starborn ruins. You see that, right? I've been meaning to thank you for helping. I could have handled it.
chat sometime.
I am currently engaged in the completion of my assigned task. Please do not interfere.
Ship. You weren't invited to this meeting, but much of our conversation has been about you. It's only fitting you should join us. I will personally guarantee your safety as long as you come in peace.
And think of it as a ceasefire meeting. Your one shot at getting those answers you must desperately. Good. See? We can all get along. For now. Perhaps, and their ship, the Helix. I believe they ambushed you above Neon and demanded that artifact you worked so hard to gain.
Thank you for the stellar introduction. Your success is unprecedented. Before you came, we were just discussing how continued use of force against you is unwise.
I don't think your patient counselor act is working on.
We are not a monolithic people. The Starborn are individuals. Some are united in cause. Others are in it for themselves.
We are all in it for ourselves. Some of us are just... The emissary threatened your ship, demanded you hand over your artifact. How is that so different from what I did?
We needed to warn you off. Every encounter with one of our kind could spell disaster.
For whom, exactly? I say whoever can collect them should. And who gets to say that? You? Me? I have debated morality for near infinity. And all I have found are groups of people enforcing their rules and laws spoken as principles.
Enough. We have the Unity. You are on the path to it. It is a place, a gateway. It is where we were reborn.
You've really come a long way since the Welcome to Constellation speech, haven't you? I'm not who you think I am. This universe is only the first one you've been to. I've seen hundreds. Where I came from, I was the one who stayed at the lodge to protect the artifacts. You You died on board the Eye while we held off the Hunter.
One of me, at least.
I collected the remaining artifacts, and they opened the way to the center of my universe, and the doorway to an... that is the Unity. When I stepped into it, I became a Starborn. It's how I've entered other worlds, including yours. They are all connected. And that's the problem. All the artifacts are needed to complete the armillary and open the way to the Unity. In every universe, the Starborn fight over them. Innocent people die. You've witnessed the power granted by the temples, the anarchy that can be unleashed. Someone has to decide who should get them.
Here it comes. The emissary tells you own...
You're twisting what I mean.
They're hypocrites. They used the chaos caused by the hunt for the artifacts. I attacked your lodge because I wanted the artifacts, and you held me off. You got away. That wasn't some morality play. You didn't survive because of righteousness. You won because of persistence, as I have done.
I was also human once. But what does it matter who or what I was when eternity... You're learning. My other self wants you to walk the path he walks. To give up. To appreciate. Easy for a person who's seen everything, done everything. I think you should...
You've never come this far. Not in all the universes I've seen. The path to the Unity is opening to you.
You're going to tip the scales one way or another. Better your hand be on one of ours. Bingo.
I want a truce between all three of us. Give you some time to think over which approach to the Unity is the one you want. Mine, or the...
Yes. Let's see how willing you are to live under someone else's rules. Just remember, one of us isn't trying to judge you.
I'm sure
you might think the emissary is on your side, but your persistence is what forced them to tell you the truth. Remember that. Whoever created the artifacts and built those temples is playing a game with us. One whose prize, there are no rules. Whoever gets all the pieces wins. I don't kill for the Unity. I find the easiest pathway. To see what would happen, of course. You might not understand just how many... Usually, you're the one who ends up dead, and whoever cries over your body goes. Sometimes I manage to get you all bunched up and take care of the problem in one go. Sometimes the emissary has gotten to me first, and I never arrive. Hundreds and hundreds of variations of me, hacking through Constellation. And it's almost never you. I took it as a sign. I've simply found that it's the quickest way. Talking, forming alliances, waiting for the right moment to commit theft. I'll admit, you getting away has been the most interesting thing to happen. As soon as I realized what had happened, I knew I needed to wait until this meeting with the emissary to decide. They enter the Unity, take artifacts from others, employ force. All the things I do. I am many things, but I would never tell anyone what to do with their gifts. That is your decision. The emissary wants to become the judge of who gets to enter. No, we always end up having this meeting at this time. But it's the usual affair. Can we make peace? Honestly, I was beginning to wonder why I kept tending. That it's bad habit I started a long time ago. Perhaps I just... But you have provided something quite new to talk about. Maybe you're a random die roll. Or maybe the Unity is finally
I'll tell you everything I can. It's not an easy experience to describe, but the Unity will speak to you. Offer you you will be leaving this universe behind to be reborn. Everything you were before. Maybe that's why it offers the choice. Compassion? Or is it... different? I never know who you are when I meet a new version, but so much of you stays the same. It's hard. But each universe is precious in its own way. Mine will never have its original you. You've seen the terror the Hunter causes. Every time a Starborn goes through the Unity, they get more artifacts, find more temples. We can't let more like him abuse these gifts to destroy whatever's in their way. When all the artifacts are assembled, the device they create is called the Armillary. In many ways, through it, you can reach the Unity. Before you leave, I want to give you something. A way to another artifact, but also a lesson in how dangerous they can be. Seek the moon of old Earth. There are secrets there you must hear. And I am sorry we have not always been forthcoming. I hope you will see what I have seen. You should also talk to your colleagues in Constellation. I am sure they have gathered more information on the remaining artifacts in the fringes of... Part of me wonders what they will all say about what you have learned. But...
Hey, if you have time, I've been thinking about some things. Wanted to talk to you about. This place is a little... Take a break. Let's chat.
Hey, I've been talking with the others, and I'd like to, you know. Well, just think about it. If you change your mind, I'll have everything set up in a few days.
Mateo told us about your pilgrim's voyage.
You found it, didn't you? The meaning of you... Wait, say that again? Multiple universe...
You can't possibly mean what I think you mean.
Hate to be the responsible one, but the big bombshell of what we're actually building here might... Want to go over this whole multiple universe thing for everyone?
Yes, I wouldn't mind a little more detail.
Explains why the Starborn want the artifacts so bad. Get them all and you've got a gateway.
I don't even want to think about the physiological changes you'd need to travel between universes.
Plus what it would do to the mind? Enlightenment? Or oblivion?
You have the opportunity to reach the closest thing to your god that might exist.
One doesn't approach the afterlife without some trepidation. I suppose it's better that we do it than allow the Starborn to continue this game.
Exactly. Who better than Constellation to take the plunge into the infinite?
Not to make a sharp turn in a grand tale, but I got the eye fixed up. Bruised, but let me know when you're ready to follow up on what it's seen.
Hey, Captain. Can I talk with you for...
These last glimpses from the eye are from the farthest fringes of known space. Could be the only remaining piece. Catch a smile out.
Constellation has suffered. Losses. 4. Although none